happy magical Hopathon! I'm obsessed already. Yay! Story time! Let me know how you all did in that sprint. And I was like, oh my god, that's broken pain. Happy Monday, happy July, and happy magical Hopathon! I actually cannot believe it's that time of year again. I'm so excited for round 4. Happy Monday, July 1st. I have a really good feeling about this month. I'm so excited for lots of things, but mainly Magical Hopathon. And jumping straight into the point, I haven't started as well as I would hope. I really wanted to get my park entrance prompt read before the start of Magical Hopathon, but that did not happen. However, I did start my park entrance prompt yesterday on June 30th, and I will have to finish it, fingers crossed, today to still keep me on track with the 12 books I now need to read in the month of July. My park entrance prompt for a book you cannot stop thinking about, of course, I'm reading Ashley Poston's brand new book that came out on June 24th, and I'm obsessed already. Yay! I was so nervous going into this book. Like, literally, as I started it yesterday, I would read a chapter and then put it down for like 10 minutes, scroll on my phone, because I didn't want to be disappointed in this book. But now I'm over 100 pages in, I can safely say that I am obsessed with this book. Once again, Ashley Poston has brought it out of the bag, and I can already tell, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a 5-star. I have a good feeling about it. And if you didn't know, this book basically follows our main character, Eileen, who is obsessed with this romance fictional world, and she has a book club about it. Her best friend's also obsessed, and it's got her through a lot of difficult times throughout her life. She is on the way to a book club retreat, and a storm rolls in, and she has to pull off to the side of the road, and she ends up going down this really windy road and ends up in this really small, quaint town when her car breaks down. And because it's thunderstorming, it's really dark, she almost runs over a man standing in the middle of the road. Luckily she doesn't, and it isn't until the morning, when she's found a place to sleep for the night, that she realises that she stumbled in to her very favourite romance fictional world, and a romance ensues from there. And I'm obsessed already. It's so good. Oh, I'm really hoping I can get this finished today, but unfortunately I have a day of work to get through before I go live on my channel this evening, just to binge this book and hopefully finish it so I can gain entry into the Magic Kingdom, so I can start going on rides, eating the snacks, watching the shows. Oh, I'm so excited. And the fact that I basically go to Disney next month, basically it's a bit of a stretch, but I say basically because I go at the very beginning of September, so really I don't have a countdown in September, so really I go in August. I'm very excited. So I'm going to be weekly vlogging, of course, as always, so stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss all the shenanigans that are about to happen across the month of July regarding the Magical Hopathon. And I really hope you guys are, if you are partaking, have a magical time reading all the books, and hopefully I'll go live and I'll get to chat to you guys and just have the most amazing time reading for this readathon. I really hope you guys have the best time. I'm very excited, I hope you guys are as well, and I'll keep you posted. It is now my lunch break. I am starving, so I'm gonna make some lunch, and I would love to read some more of a novel love story, but I kind of have a video to edit that needs to go up tomorrow, so I think that actually has to take priority because I want to stay consistent with my uploads during the Magic Hopathon, and I'm in work in the office tomorrow, so I need to get that video edited, and I don't want to do it during my reading sprints later, and I am sprinting later, so there's definitely going to be a chance for me to read later, so I feel like I need to prioritise that. But I would love to read. Might have to be a 50-50. As you can tell by my location, no, editing's not getting done. I just want to go back to this world. So I'm going to read on the remainder of my lunch break and just get as far through this as possible, because I just really want to finish this today, and I feel like if I don't start on my lunch break, I won't be anywhere near finishing it during the sprints. So the editing will be pushed back. Hopefully I'll still get it done, but I'm going for reading. Priorities this month, in the entire month of July, is reading. Anytime I'm like, what should I do? Read. What should I do? Read. Always gotta read. 12 books. I got to get through 12 books this month. I can do it. But I gotta read. Let's go. It's just coming up to 6:30. I'm about to go live on my channel for the first time during the Magic Hopathon. I'm really excited, also a little bit nervous. I haven't gone live since the last round of Magic Hopathon, which was last October, so I'm a little bit apprehensive. I'm not sure if anyone's going to turn up, but fingers crossed they do and we can get a lot of reading done, because I'm only 144 pages into a novel love story. I have a lot to get read if I want to finish this today, so fingers crossed the sprints can motivate me to finish this book. Just in the first sprint, this book keeps me guessing. I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? This last like few pages have been like, she's starting to really figure things out in this world, and it's so exciting to read her figure things out, because you're figuring things out at the same time as her. And it's just like such an interesting concept, going into a fictional world that you know and love, but the story isn't complete. And so she's trying to like figure things out, like why things are happening the way that she hasn't remembered. And it's just, I'm so excited to read on. Let me know how you all did in that sprint. I didn't do as well as I thought I was going to, and now I'm like, I'm really not sure I'm going to finish this book. I read 30 pages. Not ideal, but a lot happened in those 30 pages, and like the story has really truly picked up now, and I'm very, very intrigued to see where it goes. So I'm excited. And the thing is, because this is my most anticipated release of the entire year, I don't want it to go too quickly, but I also want to binge it at the same time. So I'm like, I need to try and find that balance, but I do want to finish it today, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to be possible. I have half the book left, but it is only 7:30, so we could still fit in a few more sprints. First set of sprints done, and it was so much fun. I'm coughing so much because I'm still trying to get over this cold, and I've been talking obviously quite a lot. I didn't finish my book. I got to page 230. I'm going to get into bed now, read up to 250, get 100 pages away from the end so I can smash out the rest tomorrow and finally get into the parks. But oh my god, my heart is so warm and fuzzy from everyone's just kind words, and it's just such a nice like close-knit community tonight of like Disney lovers and book readers, and it was just absolutely the best. I had such a good night, and I'm gonna go to bed smiling from ear to ear. So thank you so much for anyone who joined. It means the world, and I'm so excited to continue reading and to continue on hosting this readathon for the next month. First book read. It's now Tuesday and I have finished my park entry prompt. Oh my god, finally into the parks. It's only the second day of the readathon, but it feels like everyone else is ahead of me, and I'm so glad to finally finish my park entrance prompt, which is obviously a novel love story by Ashley Poston. And of course, let me just let you guess, it was 5 stars. I'm going to preface this by saying it was 5 stars mainly for the intrigue, the way she wrote this book, like the writing style and the concept of this book. I just absolutely love the whole concept, and I think that she played out the concept so well. There was never a point that I thought it was unrealistic, even though it basically follows our main character who falls into her favourite fictional world, with the ending not being written yet, and she basically lives out the ending and kind of like how she wants to see her favourite characters kind of like end up. But all of that aside, because that was all that kind of made it 5 stars, the romance wasn't the strongest part in this book for once. The romance in The Dead Romantics was very much at the forefront, but my favourite part about The Dead Romantics was the family connection. Whereas The 7-Year Slip, my favourite part wholeheartedly was the romance. But this one, my favourite part of it was the main character herself, her self-discovery journey, and just the whole concept of her falling into her favourite fictional world. It was just beautifully told, beautifully written, and highly deserving of a 5-star, which means now I'm officially allowed into the parks. I can start riding the rides, doing the shows, eating the snacks, and I'm gonna hop obviously straight into Magic Kingdom and watch my show and eat my snack, because I feel like it took me so long to get into the parks. It's coming up to like 3 p.m. The parade's about to start. I need to get my spot. I'm gonna go run over to Adventureland, pick up my Dole Whip, go find a spot for the parade, and read Funny Story by Emily Henry. Most of the books on this entire month TBR are romances, so I pretty much will be going back to back with romances, but my next port of call is going to be Emily Henry, which is Dole Whip to read a book to your favourite, and Festival of Fantasy to read a colourful cover. So this is my next port of call, but I'm so glad that I finally finished this one, and the fact that it just lived up to my expectations, and Ashley Poston once again has knocked it out of the park. All of them have been 5-star, which is the first time that has ever happened for any one of my favourite authors. I count favourite authors just if I just really enjoy most of their books being 4 or 5 stars, but the fact that Ashley Poston has gained 5-star for every single one of her adult romances from me, I think is a feat in itself. And yeah, I'm so excited that this was a 5-star. So exciting. I'm not going to read anything more tonight, I don't think, just because I don't want to get these two overlapped, and I feel like I just need to absorb myself and allow myself to sit with this book a little bit longer, so I can not like rush my like this book was so good feeling. But I might just read maybe a chapter of this before I go to bed, because I always need to read something before going to bed, otherwise my brain's a bit too wired. So that's the plan. Happy Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm also working from home, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get a lot of reading done tomorrow as well, fingers crossed, because I kind of need to, because this is another chunky book. I think this book is like almost 400 pages. So I have a lot to read of this one. But on a little side note, I did start a Discord channel for this readathon, and it's already buzzing and lively, and it's so exciting. So if you weren't aware that a Discord channel has been created for this readathon and you'd like to join, I'll leave the link down in the description below so you can join in on all the fun and get that real big community feeling for this readathon, because everyone's so lovely already, and it's so nice to just be able to talk to everyone in real time when I'm not sprinting, and just kind of see how everyone's getting on. So yes, happy Tuesday. I'll leave you to it, and I'll keep you posted. Happy Thursday. I didn't update anything yesterday, but I did manage to get only 50 pages in to Funny Story by Emily Henry. I am bang on 50 pages. I always love it when a chapter ends on a round number, should we say. So I read 50 pages of this yesterday. It's good so far. I don't really feel like I got my teeth properly into it yet, but I do feel like I'm behind schedule. Like, it's only day 4 of the readathon and I feel like I'm behind schedule. I'm not. If I can get this book finished tomorrow, I should be fine. So like 50 take away 380 is 330 roughly. Let me do the proper calculations. I think the book is 384. Take 50. I've got 334 pages left to read. Divide that by 2. I need to read about 167 pages of this today, which should be doable. I'm off work. It is currently 11:15. I've washed my hair, I've got ready, I've worked out, I've done all my usual morning routine, I've taken some time for myself, I've scrapbooked just to try and keep on top of that, because I do feel like if I stay too behind on my scrapbook this year, when I go to Disney I'm going to be really behind, so I'm really trying to stay on top of that. So I've done some scrapbooking this morning while I've had some time. I'm off to the Lindsay Kelk, Giovanna Fletcher Page Toon book event this evening with Emily. We're meeting up in London a little bit beforehand, around 3, so we can do a bit of book shopping, book browsing, get something to eat, maybe read a little bit. So I should be able to read the 167 pages I need to read today. If not, I need to kind of smash out this book tomorrow, because I still have one more book that I need to read for Magic Kingdom. I need to read The Score by Elle Kennedy, which is my Kindle, and I have kind of scheduled to binge that across Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully that's doable. I feel like my cold is getting worse. It's really causing me to like feel bunged up right now. So not feeling the best, but excited nevertheless. Hey, that rhymed. So I'm going to go sit on the sofa now and read at least another 50 pages and maybe more. Like I said, it's 11:15. I not need to really start getting ready until like just after 12. So I do have a little bit of time to just sit down and read now, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll keep you posted. I'm just about to get ready to leave. I'm gonna pack Funny Story in my bag to read on the train. It's a hardback, it's not ideal, but it needs to be done. I got another 30 pages read, not a lot, and then I have to start getting ready. If you couldn't tell, my hair and makeup is now done. I'm now on my way to go meet Emily. Oh, so cringy, you can see me in the background. I'm about to go drive over to the station, get on the train, go meet Emily, do a little book shopping, do a little book browsing. I'm trying not to buy any books. I'm trying to save for my Disney trip. I'd rather buy Disney merch than books right now, so that's what I have to try and keep in my mind when I get tempted with books later on. I want to save it all for Disney merch, not book merch, Disney merch. Stressed. I'm just so excited to see Lindsay Kelk, Paige Toon and Giovanna Fletcher in the same room again. Giovanna Fletcher has not been on the book scene for quite a while. She is the author, oh my god, my words. She is the author that got me into reading, so the fact that I'm going to see and like hear her talk about books again makes me so excited. But yeah, just wanted to update, just about to leave. I'm so excited, and yeah, let's go. This is the bag I'm taking because it fits books in and my water bottle, which is good. But I just wanted to let you guys know I am bringing I Heart New York just in case there's a signing section at the end of the book tour. Because if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that Lindsay Kelk is one of my favourite authors, hence why I'm going today. But the I Heart New York series is like my favourite, I want to say, romance series of all time. So if I can get that book signed by her, I'll be so excited. So I'm taking it, fingers crossed, just in case. It doesn't say there's going to be a signing, but it's always better to be prepared than not. So I'm taking it just in case. I'm carrying 2 books into London. We'll see how my back takes it. I was then in London with Emily. We didn't read anything, but we did stop in some bookshops. I wanted to go to Daunt Books because I've never been there before, and it was just as stunning as everyone's photos make it out to be, but we didn't really find any books we wanted in there. So we then soon headed over to Waterstones Piccadilly to have a little bit of a browse before the event started. We're in Waterstones Piccadilly now. They have their biggest ever sale. £8 for a hardback is like decent. Look at that, £8 for this. That's an interesting colour. Yeah, I've never seen that before. After some book browsing and shamefaced some book shopping, it was then time to head upstairs for the event. Beforehand, we decided to grab a little bit of a mocktail to celebrate the day. It was just so much fun, full of laughter, full of good times. And not only did I meet my 3 favourite authors, Lindsay Kelk, Paige Toon and Giovanna Fletcher, I also met one of my favourite Disney content creators, Brogan Tate. She was also there. But then, sadly, it was time to head home with a bag full of goodies. Story time! I'm on my bed because I wanted to be cozy, but oh my god, can we just talk about yesterday? It was one of my favourite days of 2024 so far. I'm still on cloud 9 and I don't know what it was about it, just like me and Emily had so many laughs. Like, thank you so much, Emily, for coming with me because I was originally going to go by myself, but she just makes me laugh so much. It was so lovely to have her as company, and we just had such a brilliant day, like catching up and chatting about books and just, oh, it was just so much fun. And then obviously to top off, I met my 3 favourite authors and there was a signing at the end. So I did get I Heart New York signed by Lindsay Kelk, and I showed her this picture. I'll put up on screen. I took a picture of my entire I Heart New York series collection before going, showing that they're all tabbed, and I showed her and Paige Toon and Giovanna Fletcher that picture, and they were all just like, oh my god, that's incredible. So I did get it signed by Lindsay Kelk, and this book will now be me for the rest of my life because I cherish this book so much. And then I have already read 7 Summers. I didn't take it to get signed, but I love that book so much. It was so close to 5 stars, and because I didn't take that book to sign, and then I was reflecting when I was listening to Paige Toon talk about it, and I was like, you know what, I need to get this book signed. So I re-brought it and got Paige Toon to sign my other copy. So I now have 2 copies, but it's fine because it's one of my favourite books of 2024 to date. And that's what she wrote in this one. So she was like, it's lovely to see you again, because not only did I show the 3 of them my tabbed up collection of the I Heart series, I also showed them the picture of when I met the 3 of them back in 2018. I'll put the picture up on here. I showed them that one and they were like, oh my god, that's incredible, like thank you for coming to see us again. And I was like, you're so welcome, you're my favourite trio. And it was just so lovely, and Paige Toon is so lovely. And yeah, so I got that one signed, I re-brought it. Why wouldn't I? So I probably end up donating my other copy because I don't need 2 copies of this book. But this book is so much floppier as well. Me and Emily yesterday, every time we picked up a book, we were like, This one's really floppy too. So I don't know whether finally UK paperbacks are becoming floppier because, I don't know, because they've seen that American paperbacks are so much floppier and they're like, maybe we should get on that train. If so, I'm loving it because this book is so floppy. I love it. Compared to this one, like, flop, no flop, flop, no flop. Just as a saying. And then the book that I was going into London to buy because it was a release date for Lindsay Kelk's brand new book, Love Story, I knew I was going to pick this one up. Although I said I didn't want to buy any books, this one was the book that I was going to come away with because obviously I can't not buy Lindsay Kelk's brand new book on her release date on the day that I was seeing her. So I had to go support her. And I got her new book, which I'm so excited to read, but I'm not going to read it for a while because what I'm finding recently is every single romance book I'm reading, although I'm absolutely loving them all, they're all surrounded by the idea of authors, books, librarians, all-encompassing book situations, and this is the exact same. So I don't want to hinder my reading experience by reading yet another romance book surrounding by the world and the publishing industry and librarians and bookshops, because another Love Story was obviously surrounding that subject, and then Funny Story that I'm currently reading by Emily Henry is also kind of surrounded by that subject. So I don't want to go into this one too soon and kind of hinder my experience because I've read too many of the same books. So that's that. Exciting. So I got that one signed as well. And this one says just to Rachel, Lindsay Kelk, whereas this one says tabs. And then finally, because this was the book that I was hunting for on my birthday vlog, I finally found it. Firefly Lane by Christina Hannah. So obviously not connected to the event whatsoever, but I saw it. I know it's really hard to come by, so I picked it up. I'm really excited to read it. Sarah, I've forgotten her surname. She's a big kind of YouTube content creator. Read this book and basically described it as a generational friendship following two friends through their lives in different decades, so the 70s, the 80s, 90s, noughties, and how their friendship changes. And I was like, that sounds like a bit of me. So now I was on a hunt for it for my birthday and I couldn't find it on my birthday, and then yesterday I spotted it and I was like, yes, it's coming home with me. So I brought 3 books yesterday. One I wasn't meant to buy, but I couldn't not get Paige Toon to sign a copy, so I just had to buy another one. Eek. Wasn't the most ideal situation, but Paige Toon seemed to appreciate the fact that I re-brought it just for her to get it signed, so I will probably end up donating the other copy that I have. And also this one's floppy, as I keep saying, floppy. And then obviously Love Story and Firefly Lane by Christina Hannah, and then I got my favourite book signed and I'm so excited. The only person I need to meet now is Emma Gannon and Mike Gale, and then I think I'll have a book from every one of my favourite authors signed, or Ashley Poston. Yeah, okay, I have 3 more people to meet author-wise for every one of my favourite books to be signed by my favourite author. How exciting. So hopefully those 3 can happen soon. Mike Gale, can you come down to London? I don't really want to go up north. Thank you very much. But the last bit of story that I have to tell you about yesterday, which really topped off my whole day, it was like the icing on the cake. I was having a brilliant time anyway. Like, me and Emily were having so many laughs. Hearing Lindsay Kelk, Giovanna Fletcher and Paige Toon in the same room again was just like an absolute highlight. But as I was listening to them talk, I just took my eyes to the left a little bit just to kind of like, I don't know, survey something. I don't know what I was doing. I just looked off to the side and I saw a green dress, auburn red hair, curly, and I was like, oh my god, that's Brogan Tate. So I like tapped Emily on the shoulder being like, oh my god, Emily, my favourite like Disney just life, one of my favourite YouTubers of all time. She sat in the front row. Emily goes, oh my god, you're gonna have to say hi. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So like the rest of the talk I was like so conscious of Brogan Tateless being a few rows in front of me that I was like, okay, listen to what they're saying because that's what you're here for. Brogan Tate, obviously absolutely amazing, incredible, highly recommend her channel if you don't know who she is or you don't follow her. She does lifestyle, book and Disney stuff. It's like my perfect trio of things. Basically, they finished talking, they were like, okay, we're gonna go sign some stuff. Great, amazing. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally get this one signed. I was like, I need to talk to Brogan now because they took row by row in queuing. So they took the first row where Brogan Tate was, and then took the second row, and then they took mine and Emily's row. So I was like, if I don't go say hi now, she might queue up to get her book signed, get a picture of the authors, and then just leave. So I need to, it's now or never, I need to just go say hi. She's in the front row. I literally need to go like right into her face, like no tapping, literally just like walk right in front of her and say hi. And I did, and I'm so proud of myself that I did. A couple of years ago, I would never have had the courage to do that, so I'm so glad that I said hi. And I said, hi, like, Brogan, I'm sorry to like intrude, like, I just wanted to say how much I love you and your channel, and like, hi, basically. I just wanted to come and say hi. And she goes, oh, that's so lovely. She stood up and she gave me a hug and she's like, what's your name? And I was like, oh my god, it's Rachel. And she goes, oh my god, let's walk and chat, because I think she thought I was in the same row as her. And I was like, oh no, I'm in a few rows back, so I don't want to like skip the queue or anything. She goes, okay, I'll wait for you afterwards. And I was like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. She waited for me afterwards, and not gonna lie, the queue for meeting the authors, I'm not gonna keep saying them, Lindsay, Paige and G, the queue was long because they were really spending a lot of time with each person, which I'd much rather wait in a queue for an hour and get quality time than feel rushed through. So the queue was quite long, and I do say me and Emma were in the queue for about 45 minutes, so I was not expecting Brogan to wait whatsoever. But she was. I kept kind of peering over and she was just at the side, just waiting for me. And then, like, I want to say, as me and Emily were coming towards the front of the queue, she did come over being like, I do have to leave. But I was like, truly, I did not expect for you to wait for me. Like, I really appreciate it. And then we had a little bit of chat. She loved my Disney Loungefly that I took. And then I was like, but have you seen my denim jacket? Because I wore my Disney denim jacket, so it was like truly meant to be. She goes, no. So I took my backpack off. I showed her my denim jacket. She absolutely loved my denim jacket. And I was like, I'm just like you, books and Disney. Like, we're here for it. And she goes, oh, I've never been to one of these book events before. And I was like, they're so lovely. The last time I went to a book event, it was with these 3 authors as well, and they're just so lovely. And then she was like, oh, but I've like stumbled over my words and everything, I didn't know what to say. And I was like, it's absolutely fine. And then we started talking about like which books of the authors we'd read and which ones we'd recommend. We had a little bit of book chat, and then she was like, okay, she had to like leave, so we said bye. And then as she was leaving, she walked away and she said, I hope to see you again soon at like another event. And I was like, or in Disney. And she goes, yeah, or in Disney, that would be even better. And it was just like the icing on the cake to a truly incredible day. And I'm gonna tear. It was just so lovely. Like, I just wasn't expecting to meet Brogan, and the fact that I met her, she's absolutely lovely. She comes across exactly like she is on camera, and it's just so wholesome and humbling to meet your favourite content creators or your favourite people, artists, authors, whatever, and they're just as nice as you want them to be. And it was just a true icing on the cake. And once again, thank you, Emily, for coming with me. You truly made it such a memorable day, and we just had so much fun. We have so many laughs, and yeah, getting my book signed, meeting G, Paige and Lindsay again, just incredible. And then obviously meeting Brogan. So in terms of like reading, here's the reading update. Let's go sit by my books. So I didn't really read much at all yesterday. I read another 50 pages of funny story, which means I have about 200 and... So I'm on page 100, so I have like 280 pages to read today. Not ideal, but reading just wasn't a priority yesterday. I was just having such a fun time. Me and Emily just constantly talking. Like, we weren't gonna go and sit down and like read our own books when we're just like chatting, having so much fun. So reading wasn't really a priority yesterday, so reading really needs to be a priority today. But I am working today, but I am sprinting later on my channel, so hopefully I'll get a lot of reading done then, because Mark is out at a concert tonight, so I have the house to myself. I'm sprinting with everyone, and it's going to be such a lovely day. This week, to be honest, has been absolutely incredible. I'm going to stop rambling, because obviously that last clip was like almost 10 minutes, which is unheard of for me these days. But yeah, reading hasn't really been a priority the last couple of days. I really need it to be, so I can get Magic Kingdom finished this weekend. We'll see. In terms of my enjoyment of Funny Story, I'm absolutely loving Miles, but in terms of like the overall vibe of the story, I'm not loving. I don't really like our main character, Daphne. She's very repetitive in her like, I was just living his life, I wasn't really living my life. And yeah, I get that sometimes you do end up just slotting into your partner's life and you don't try and make your own life your own. But like, hey, that's on you. I'm sorry. We haven't got the full background yet. I'm only 100 pages in, and it might be the case that it's a completely different situation that I'm currently envisioning. But yeah, you might move to the town that your boyfriend's in, whatever, la 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 la. But your life is still your life. If you don't do the things that you still love, like going to book events, meeting your favourite authors, going to JLS concerts, whatever, like, you can still have a partner and do all the rest of the stuff. So like, your life is still your life, and I'm not gonna feel sorry for Daphne for not making her own life what it is. Like, I'm sorry that you didn't make your own friends and you just made his friend like your friends. Like, I don't know, I don't feel sorry for her, and I'm not sure if I'm meant to, but the author isn't making me want to feel sorry for her. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm loving Miles. I'm loving the fact that it's fake dating, obviously. The writing's good. It's not my favourite. It's feeling very like similar to other books I've read recently, which I was talking about. Like, all the books I'm reading at the minute are romances set in book worlds. That sounds like just normal fiction. Romances that are surrounding by the book world, like publishing, librarians, etc. So it's feeling very similar, and I'm not like loving it. I feel like it might be like a 3.5, 4-star depending on the ending, but I'm gonna see how I go today and get hopefully a lot of reading done, fingers crossed. But yeah, overall yesterday was absolutely incredible. It will go down in 2024 as one of my favourite days. I definitely need to scrapbook it. I really wished I'd asked Brogan for a photo, but hey, if our paths cross again, I'll get one, whether that's in Disney like she said or whether it's another book event. Who knows? But it was just the absolute best. I could just ramble about it forever, but I won't because I'll probably talk at you for the rest of the time. But I need to go work and read, so I'll keep you posted. Happy Sunday! Can't believe we're already almost a week fully into this readathon. Crazy. But I'm back on schedule, I think, with my reads. So yesterday I did manage to finish Funny Story by Emily Henry. Yes. This is a book for the prompt of Dole Whip to read a book to your favourite, combined with my show for Festival of Fantasy to read a colourful book, which I very much think this book combines both of those very, very well. But unfortunately, this wasn't my personal favourite. I gave it a 3.5 stars when I put it through Core Pile. I enjoyed Miles massively. He was definitely the highlight of the book. But other than that, it was just a fine story. I didn't love it. I didn't really hate it that much. It just didn't really vibe with me. I didn't really get the fake dating situation. Like, I understood why Daphne pretended to date Miles at the beginning because she wanted to try and make her ex jealous. But I don't think the author really follows through with the fake dating situation very much. Like, I enjoyed their friendship more. It felt more like a friendship thing than it did a fake dating thing, and I enjoyed that. And like I said, I really, really did enjoy Miles, but overall it just wasn't my vibe. And I gave it 3.5 stars. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything special. I've read better fake dating books, and I definitely feel like Emily Henry is going to be a hit and miss author for me now, because I've now read 3 of her books. Beach Read just cancelled me for that one. I really hated that book. Happy Place I really enjoyed and gave a 4-star, and this one I just didn't love as much and gave it a 3.5 star. And I think I had higher expectations for this one because I was on the high of Happy Place. I was on the high of being like, oh, okay, so maybe I am enjoying Emily Henry, and obviously combined with my favourite book trope, fake dating, I really thought I was going to enjoy this one, but I didn't. So I gave this one a 3.5 stars. But that meant I could hop over onto my next prompt, which was my attraction prompt in Magic Kingdom for Tiana's Bower Adventure, to read a book that has multiple cover designs. And I picked up the next book in the off-campus series by Elle Kennedy. I'm on the 3rd one, so The Score, and I got 116 pages into this one. So yesterday I read a total of 216 pages. The last 100 pages of Funny Story and 116 pages of The Score. So I'm 33% of the way through this one. Can I finish the last 64% today? I think I can, because that is only like 200-ish pages, and I read 200-ish pages yesterday, so I do think it's doable, and I'm really enjoying this one. I have heard that a lot of people really enjoy the 3rd book in this series, and I can see why. Dean and Ali are just 2 magnets that want to collide that just aren't colliding, and it's so good, and it's really steamy, like really steamy. I think the most steam in this one out of the 3 books I've read so far in the off-campus series, this is the steamiest. I'm not complaining. I am loving it. I'm really, really enjoying this one. So this is hopefully going to be able to be finished today, fingers crossed, and then tomorrow will be a new week starting in a new park, which is just my plan going forward. So a park a week. So hopefully it's doable. But yeah, I'm really, really, really enjoying this one. Hopefully I can keep you posted, and hopefully I can finish it today. Happy Sunday. Happy Monday. I'm purely here to wrap up this vlog. I didn't quite finish The Score by Elle Kennedy yesterday. I got 100 pages away from the end. I read 150 pages of yesterday, so not too shabby, and I think I'm just about still on track. I'll be able to finish that today and hopefully start my next book, but that will be obviously in the next reading vlog. So in this vlog we obviously read A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston, which was my park entrance prompt, which was obviously a 5-star, and then we read Then I read Funny Story by Emily Henry, which I gave a 3.5 star for my show and snack prompt in Magic Kingdom for Dole Whip and Festival of Fantasy. And then obviously I moved on to The Score by Elle Kennedy to read the attraction prompt, which I'm so close to finishing. I think I'm like about to go down a massive drop on Tiana's Bower Adventure. And yeah, I've had a really successful reading week and just overall a really, really amazing week. So if you enjoyed this vlog, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me. I'll be doing weekly vlogs for the rest of the month throughout magical Hopathon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. And without further ado, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.